Sherm Chester with you on this edition of the Seacoast Sports Forum. Something special. It's going to be a shorter show, but I want to congratulate a couple of Division One champions, and they just happen to be in the Exeter Bluehawk family. The unified basketball team, they had to play their way deep into the tournament. Talk about brackets and where they set up. They had to play their way in deep this year, and they did it. They accomplished their goal. Took on all comers, and they came out on top. They beat the Londonderry Lancers, and that was the championship game a week ago. And it was really, I get to be at the semifinal contest, and I'll tell you, I enjoy watching the kids play. Matter of fact, they played in that game. They played the Berlin Mountaineers, and Karen Turgeon has been the coach of the Mountaineers for years now. And usually we would do the championship game at UNH. That was changed in the past couple of seasons to make it more convenient for the teams that have to travel like Berlin. But we were kibitzing before the game about how it used to be Berlin and Exeter going for the championship every year. But now there are a lot more schools that are getting into unified basketball, which is great, and gives more kids a chance to play. I had a chance the other day to talk to the head coach of the unified team, the Division One champion Blue Hawks, and that's Katherine Nichols. Tell us about the team and that victory.
Well, we have many great athletes and partners who help them succeed. They worked hard all season to get this. They definitely wanted to win it back. They lost last year by 1 point to Keith. So all year long, it was a goal to get back to the finals and win.
You're a fundamentals coach. I've watched the teams over the years, and this team in particular, anything special?
They are special. They have great desire. I've a number of senior athletes who are very skilled and really want to win the game. They study the game, they watch the game, they love the game.
Now you're going to have a new cadre coming in, some seniors graduated this year, so it's going to be a bigger challenge next year?
There will be. We have one athlete who's on the team this year coming back, and 2 or 3 of the partners that made it to the tournament roster coming back next year. So we'll need to fill some big shoes. That's Coach Katherine Nichols. Just a short interview, but we got the point across, I think. Great team and a great coach. She does a great job with the unified programs. Now, let's go to the other Division One championship team, the girls indoor track team. They've had a phenomenal year. You've heard us talk on the shows in previous times about some of the members of the team, in particular Lexi Paterna, who's been breaking her own records and school records this season. But overall, it's been just a slam bam finish for the team. It's not over yet, though. They've got to go to the New Englands. That'll be coming up in a week. And then they go to the national meet this year as well. I mean, I was talking to their coach, Nate Leveille, and let's have Coach talk about the season. What is the secret sauce of a successful track team?
Oh, isn't that $1 million question? You know what? We have a really great coaching staff here. We all work together. We have a shared vision, and we've been lucky enough to have some really talented and dedicated kids come through the program that have shared that same vision as us.
And as a coach, how do you get that personal best out of all the athletes?
Again, I think it's just sharing that vision of future success with them and possible outcomes if they put the work in. And, certainly this year, the kids did put the work in.
Being the D1 champions in the indoor track for the ladies, tell us about that team.
We thought we had a pretty special team when we started to look at things early in the season. And they lived up to and exceeded kind of even our own expectations, breaking the state record for most points ever scored in the girls' meet and largest margin of victory. Those are things that, aside from state records and stuff like that, that I really, because that's a total team effort right there. You can't do that with 1 or 2 kids. So everybody really played a role in that.
And tell us about some of those team members this year.
Yeah. I guess you got to start with our middle distance program and distance program. They kind of set the tone early with the 4x800 relay, the first weekend of the kind of 2-day state meet, breaking the state record. And they've been the strength and backbone of our team for this season for sure. But we certainly added some sprinters, some young sprinters into the mix this year, and that led to a school record in the short relay and also a state championship there. And our experienced throwers really came up big at the state meet as well. So, like I said, it was a really balanced team.
The one name that came up a lot during the season because she was breaking her own records is Lexi Paterna. Tell us something about Lexi.
Yeah, well, Lexi's a special athlete, and actually, she just ran this past weekend, and ran the fastest indoor mile ever run by a New Hampshire girl. She's kind of the program as a whole. She started off as a really good athlete or freshman, and she had a vision of what she wanted to turn herself into, and through her hard work and dedication and everything else, she's really a special athlete that doesn't come around very often.
As a coach, again, a lot of these ladies and the guys are going to be going into college for track.
Yeah.
And, keep going after their personal best and hopefully breaking some records. How do you see them getting their mindset to, hey, keep going, keep going after that personal best?
I mean, I think the big shift this year was we've all had a lot of individual success, but they haven't really experienced this team success until this season. And, I got to be honest, now that they've kind of experienced this, I think they want more of that. And they've always been great on relays and stuff, but now winning a team championship, there's no better feeling like that, getting the parade through downtown. And
Right.
They're going to be, to answer your other question, when whatever program they end up running for in college, they're going to be a huge asset to that program. And that's basically what I've told any college coach that's asked me about them.
And the last thing I want to ask you is just tell me about your coaching staff. I know it's all of a team effort with the individual athletes getting together and being successful. What about the coaching staff?
Yeah, I think we have a good mix of new and olds. Coach Gazzatelli is a mastermind of distance and training programs. And we have myself and Laura who kind of run the jumps and sprints, and we've brought in Coach Landau for the throws. We have a number of volunteer coaches. Coach Moretti, who's run Division I at a very high level, has helped out with our middle distance program. And again, we have a lot of really experienced coaches, and I think it's important that we've kind of the coaches that have come and joined us have shared in our same vision.
That is head coach Nate Leveille of the Division I indoor track champion Exeter Bluehawk ladies. Congratulations on a job well done and a great season so far, but it's not over. They're going to the New Englands next week, and then they'll be going to the national meet as well. Talking to Coach Nate, I mean, this team is a special team nationally. It's right up there in the rankings with all the big guns from all over the U.S. of A. So we'll see how that works out as well. That's coming up next month. So congratulations to those two teams, the Division I champion unified basketball team and the, again, Division I indoor track champion team, Bluehawks, and keep going. We're proud of you. As I said to the ladies when I got to interview them the other day, we're proud of you. Keep it going. It's coming down to the wire for basketball and for hockey and all the winter sports. So we're going to keep you abreast of where everything shakes out as far as the brackets going into the tournament season. The basketball, the Bluehawk boys have had two dynamite overtime contests. One at home against Manchester Memorial, and then they had one against the Goffstown Grizzlies. It was a defensive masterpiece. It came down to a three-point shot by Tyler Ream at the end of regulation play that put it into overtime, but it didn't end there. Again, it was a back and forth barn burner the whole way, and then it got down to 1.3 seconds on the clock in overtime. The setup is Tyler Ream has to throw the ball full court to attempt to get it done so that we can not have to go into a double overtime situation. Now, Tyler Ream is the quarterback for the Bluehawk football team, and he's thrown some pretty darn good passes there for the Bluehawks football team, but he threw probably the best inbound pass I've ever seen in high school basketball. It was on the money, full court to Nate Tomasi, who is right under the boards. And Nate is at least 6'5", 6'6", had his arms outstretched, got the ball in his hands, on his fingertips, and put it onto the backboard, and it went in the net for the win. My friends at Friday Night Lights were doing the game. I know Nick Anastas was speechless, and his color commentator as well. He kept saying he's never seen an end like that ever in his career of watching basketball games and coaching basketball games. And matter of fact, they had Jeff Holmes, the head coach of the Bluehawks, on after the contest, and he said that those are two plays that they have written up, and they practice them constantly, but usually they don't click. Well, in this game, they both clicked. It gets them into the overtime, the three-pointer from Tyler Ream, and then the pass from Tyler Ream to Nate Tomasi with 1.3 seconds on the clock, a full court pass. You know what? You can see the game. It's on Friday Night Lights YouTube. It's well worth the watch. It was one of the best games I've seen either team play, and this season in high school basketball. So watch that. And then the girls, the Bluehawk girls, they're having a great season. They've got the sister twin towers, Jessica and Nicole Melnick, who are always under the boards, getting rebounds, putting the ball up, and along with the rest of the team, they're clicking on all cylinders this season. So congratulations to the girls. They'll have a home game, I'm pretty sure, because of their standings coming into the tourney. The boys, again, a little different. They're all at 9-7 in that mid-pack, so the Bluehawks have to win their next game, which is going to be a challenge against the Nashville South Purple Panthers and Coach Nate Mazeral, who has been coaching just about as long as Coach Holmes has with the Bluehawks. And we took them out of the playoffs last year, so there's a little revenge factor coming up, and it would also give them a leg up as far as the standings, the brackets. So we'll see what happens. We're fighting for a home court advantage going into the tournament. That is a real plus to have that in your favor, have that home cooking, that home crowd. We'll see how everything shakes out. I know the Portsmouth Clippers have so far gone undefeated. They've gone undefeated, and they obviously will have a bye going into it. Second place is right now a log jam between Bedford and Trinity. We'll see who gets the other bye in the brackets. That'll be interesting. See how everything comes out. Probably next week we'll be able to have a special show. We'll get Jay Pinsino on and talk about what's happening with the teams here in the seacoast. The tournament again culminates on the 14th and 15th of March. The D1 and D2 championship games will be at UNH. The ladies first. That'll be on Saturday at noon and 4, and then on Sunday it'll be Division 1 and Division 2 boys, and that'll be at noon and 4 as well. So looking forward to all that action. Hockey coming up too. So once the brackets are announced, we'll get them to you here on the Seacoast Sports Forum podcast, because we got a lot of teams here in the Seacoast that'll be involved. A lot of good basketball and hockey action to come. 2-minute drill. I just want to congratulate the teams again, and then also I understand, and we'll talk about this with Jay Pinsino next time we have Jay with us, hopefully next week. I understand we've got another media venue coming into the area to broadcast high school games. And that's a good thing. I like that. We have Bluehawk Media, which covers the Bluehawks, obviously. And then I know Bedford has a cable program for their teams. And I think Goffstown does as well. And other towns and cities are trying to build it up so that they have a communications program that features games that the kids are in, different sports, different seasons. So that's a good thing. And I understand there's another newbie here in the Seacoast coming on board, and we'll have Jay talk about it next time when he's with us. If you're enjoying the program, please pass the word. We're on all the major podcast platforms. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to send us an email, seacoastsportsforum@yahoo.com. And I just want to remind folks that baseball season is almost here, and teams are down in Florida and out in Arizona warming up, and the fantasy teams are here again. Yes, I've got my fantasy baseball teams ready to go. If you'd like to join us, again, that address is Seacoast Sports Forum at yahoo.com. We'll sign you right up. It's a lot of fun. No money involved. It's just for bragging rights. On our next program, bracketology. So until then, this is Sherm Chester inviting you to join us for the next edition of the Seacoast Sports Forum podcast.